Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. In this short video, I'm going to be walking you through the process of depositing a check directly into your checking or savings account using remote deposit capture, a feature available to Spirit Financial members within the Spirit Financial Credit Union mobile banking application. As you can see, I've already logged into my Spirit Financial mobile app, and from this summary screen, I'm going to tap the deposit call out on the bottom right middle of this screen. This takes me to the remote deposit screen where I have two options. I could review checks previously submitted or deposit a new check. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to tap deposit check. This takes me to a set of deposit instructions. You're going to want to take a minute to review these deposit instructions before submitting your check. I briefly will touch on the most important, which is proper endorsement. Unfortunately, if you don't properly endorse your check, the deposit will be denied. So again, very important. It's very simple though. Underneath your signature on the back of the check, you're going to write the phrase "for mobile deposit only," followed by your account number, or the phrase "for remote deposit," again, followed by your account number. The verbiage is up to you. So once I've taken a moment and reviewed these deposit instructions, I'm going to tap OK on the bottom middle of the screen. This brings me to the check images page. On this page, I'll be taking pictures of the front and back of my check for deposit. So the first thing I'm going to do is tap the camera icon under the words "front of check" to take a picture of the front of my check. Once you have your check lined up, all edges within the camera box, you're going to just tap the screen to take a picture. There's two options once you take the photo of your check. You could either retake the photo or tap "looks good" to move on and take a picture of the back of your check. I'm happy with the way this looks, so I'm going to tap "looks good." After that, I will tap the camera icon below the words "back of check" to take a picture of the back of my check. Once again, reviewing endorsement. So once again, you have the call out on the top to make sure that your check is signed and properly endorsed, which mine is. Again, I'm going to line it up within the photo box and tap the screen to take a picture. I once again am happy with the way this looks and will tap "looks good" to move on. From here, I will tap "continue" to move on to the next screen. And we'll just have to wait a minute while the application processes the images of our check. Once our check images have been processed, we're taken to a deposit information screen where we once more will review the photos of the front and back of our check to make sure that they are cropped correctly, that all edges are visible, and that no data has been cut off or skewed. Now this is important because if there is cut off data, your deposit may be reversed. I took a moment to review the images of the front and the back of my check. I'm happy with them, so I will tap "continue" on the bottom right-hand corner of our screen. This brings us to a deposit details screen. Now on this screen, we're going to do two things. We're going to select the account by tapping "select suffix" that we want this check to be deposited into. I'm going to deposit it into my checking account. And then we are going to verify the amount. So my check is in the amount of $1. Amount required shows as $1, so that's correct. And I'm going to also leave the description field blank at this time. So I'm happy with the amount, and I will go ahead and tap "continue" in the middle of the screen. This brings us to one final screen where we will review all of our information. The check is going to my checking account, which is correct, in the amount of $1, no description because I opted out of the description. And I'll just take one more brief look at the images at the front and back of my check to make sure they're satisfactory, which I believe they are. So I will go ahead and tap "deposit check." Now, if this is your first time using remote deposit capture, you're going to want to go ahead and read the deposit disclaimer, because by tapping deposit, you're opting in and accepting that disclaimer. I've already read the disclaimer, so I'm going to skip over that for now and just tap deposit to complete this process. We'll just have to wait a moment while this processes. And there we go. We're done. Your check has been submitted for processing in the amount of $1. I hope you all enjoyed this short video, and I hope you also enjoy the added convenience of using remote deposit capture to deposit checks directly into your checking and saving accounts. Have a great day.